Kev G weather overview. How's it going out there, everybody? Well, we've managed to sneak into the top 10 warmest Januaries in Central Park. There we are at number 9. This is off of ABC 7. Lee Goldberg on Twitter. Check it out, everybody. Um, yeah, I mean, we joined company with 2002. One of the oldest years is 1880, which snuck into the top 10. So quite the plethora of years. And I think we're looking at a pretty warm February on the way, at least for the first half. Who knows in the long range? But I will show you why I think we're headed for a potentially a very warm February. And for winter weather lovers, you're not going to want to hear that. But listen, hey, we got to be objective somehow. I'll cry in the solitude of my own home, but it's all right. We have to just deal with what we have, and this is what we have. Let's take a look off of Tropical Tidbits. Now, I thought there would be a storm around February 1st, 2nd, and indeed there is going to be one. The question is, how close does it get? Even if it does get close, I think that the lack of cold air is going to be problematic. So this is the latest run of the GFS. This is Saturday afternoon. This is courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. You can see the storm, but it grazes New York City. No precipitation really even gets up the Hudson Valley. So I would put this one in the back of your mind. It is going to develop into a powerhouse. You can see by Saturday night the model is really blowing up the storm, but alas, it is too far south and east to affect the tri-state area, and we don't have a lot of cold air. So even if there was a shift west of this particular storm, I don't foresee it being very problematic as far as winter weather is concerned for Saturday night and Sunday. That would be the time frame to watch. So if anything changes, I'll let you know. But I would say this is a glancing blow with some rain perhaps on the coast Saturday afternoon, Saturday night before it moves away. So, yes, we continue the theme of precipitation on Saturdays here in winter 2019 and 20. We get into Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, also Groundhog Day. And it'll be chilly out there, but not a lot of weather problems if you're going out and about and joining friends and relatives for the big ball game on Sunday evening. Now, it'll get windy for Sunday, but then those winds will relax. Now, initially, they're going to be from the north, but they're going to turn around to the west, and we are going to warm up in a hurry. So I foresee, it looks like off the various forecasts that, we're into the mid to upper 50s for at least Monday, and perhaps even flirting with 50 on Tuesday. And then a weather front approaches for Wednesday. So fair weather and mild for Monday and Tuesday, but then weather conditions start to change Wednesday afternoon as this front approaches. But behind this cold front, there's really not a lot of cold air pressing in. Now, when we switch gears and we look at the upper air map off the GFS, this is also courtesy of Tropical Tidbits. This is February 2nd. You can see the area in blue right off the coast. That's indicative of our late developing storm, the coastal storm that's going to go and probably just deliver us a glancing blow. Now that moves away, and then a ridge of high pressure builds in, and that gives us the mild weather. And this mild weather sticks around for much of next week. So while the weather pattern does want to turn a little bit more wintry and a little bit more volatile by the time we get to around February 6th or 7th, you can see that in the very long range, what starts to happen by around the 11th. Now, this is not etched in stone, but it is backed up by some forecasts off the Climate Prediction Center, which has been doing a great job this year out of NOAA in the long range. And this basically shows that the pattern repeats itself. So the pattern that we start with around February 3rd is the pattern that we ultimately get back into. And what that means in terms of sensible weather is, in my opinion, it means to us, for around the New York City metropolitan area, that we're looking at a pretty warm month. And there'll be few and far between in terms of number of wintry days where it seems chilly around here. And I think January may be basically, at least in the beginning of the month, January might be a good blueprint for what to expect as we go into February. So definitely a few cold days to start. I mean, tomorrow we've got, barely out of the 30s, if that, but then a quick warm-up ensues, and we basically stay, above where we should be this time of year through the extended period once we get to Friday and beyond.